What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Trent Denson here, STP 1200 Club Spotlight, as usual, with my guy, Jessy Casaus. Man, Jesse, what's new, my guy? How are you?
Man, doing good. Lots new, lots of fun stuff coming down the road.
Yep.
Just working with, we spoke about it last time, trying to expand.
Yeah.
So my vision for the business is to just be like a one-stop shop for
Yep.
all the needs. I have so many people asking like, "Well, do you do this? Do you do that? How about this? You have somebody there?" And it's great to work with other folks, but within the insurance industry, you can collaborate with people on a grander level. So I've been studying for the property and casualties, so I can go and do the commercial insurance, the
Nice.
housing, the autos, and stuff like that. And that's been a fun journey. Trying to get that.
Yeah.
And then one of the major things coming down the road is the ACA, so the Affordable Care Act. We got a bunch of stuff expiring. So, there was that Inflation Reduction Act, that Rescue America plan. So all that stuff back in the pandemic hit, all that stuff is set to expire. So we have those tax credits. So basically with the ACA, you get a tax credit just like any other tax credit. You put it on your form, but they front it to you every month to pay those premiums, and a lot of that stuff's going away. They're set to expire. We don't know if it's going to go away. I mean, Congress can go one way or the other, but
So we just don't know.
Yeah, they've known for a while that if everything flipped red, more likely they're not going to go along with extending those tax cuts for the ACA. It could be good, it could be bad.
Sure.
But we definitely know there's going to be disruption.
Dang, that's crazy. And that's like all those get $6,400 right now, all those ads on social media. Isn't that what that is?
No, a lot of that is the Medicare offers those flex cards and savings that are tied into that. Now that could have some disruptions as well because the Medicare side, when it comes to the carriers offering that, because it has to do with a lot with the Medicaid subsidies. So folks can get in there and get extra help. It's called with Medicare.
But you have to be on Medicaid?
But you got to be on Medicare to get a lot of that.
Okay.
ACA is under 65. So it's just folks kind of in the middle, I mean, when Obamacare first came out, it was about just creating affordable health care. We had the huge gap of folks that weren't insured and had nothing through their work. So they were just extending those tax cuts. So I think what's going to happen, ACA is probably never going to go away. The marketplace will always be there. It's just how much subsidy is allocated for these folks in terms of tax credit.
Got you.
So that's just gonna. There's numbers. There's people floating stuff around. That like 75% of the people are gonna have increases, significant increases.
Dang.
4 million people are gonna, have no health care. It's gonna be unaffordable. And then you got other people that just think that all that just needs to go away anyways. So I find when you always have these two extreme, like
Right.
left and right,
Yep.
you got to be somewhere in the middle is
Right.
the answer, and I think that's what's going to happen. Where Prestige is actually looking into a lot of these ACA alternatives, and we just partner with an industry like in health share.
Okay.
So we got this doctor that came out with this program. So health share is not insurance. It's basically they're offered through ministries, church ministries. I know a lot of folks
I've heard
here in
about that
Tennessee,
stuff. Yeah.
like Christian Health Ministry.
Right.
So it's a membership base. So most of the folks that are on these ACA plans and stuff, I mean, there's really like two extremes. You have the young folks that they just get on there and they don't use it. They're healthy and they like to get on there and use telemedicine and get their little doctor's notes and stuff like that whenever they're sick and can't make it to work.
Sure.
But a big part of it is the pre-existing, because when they put that pre-existing, in there, allowing that in, you got to cover the pre-existing. We have a lot of folks on there that critically need that care, and I think those are the folks that may end up finding the biggest disruption in terms of tax credits, because when we think about the insurance, it's about taking that liability that would be on you, passing it on the insurance companies. these insurance companies, they have to be able to cover all these expenses.
Yeah.
And they get a lot of bad publicity. There's always this insurance companies, man, they're greedy, they're this, they're that. A lot of it has to do with the healthcare industry. The healthcare industry is kind of broken, you know.
It's very broken.
My experience in billing, working for all the healthcare industries I've been in, is that, you know, just to simplify it, like CMS sets all these guidelines, and when they submit, you know, you have a number that you throw out there. It's just like you got XYZ done, that number gets thrown out there, and then different insurance carriers can negotiate that. You know, CMS has its final guideline that's usually the lowest rate.
What's CMS stand for?
So that's the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services.
Got you.
They're kind of the folks. This is where a lot of this info is coming
Right,
from.
right,
They're the ones that set those guidelines. And so when it comes to like health share, you're able to have this negotiation on a personal level rather than the insurance carriers and contracts and things that they set up. So what I like about the health share is that you have the ability to negotiate these prices down further to the CMS guidelines versus, let's call it retail or just a contracted rate that's already in stone from those carriers. So we've been working with this doctor, and he's got this program. It's called Wow Health, and it's through Zion Health Share. So it has two aspects of it. So the health share is pretty cool because most folks, they don't like to go to the doctor. They just need something to cover that catastrophic what if, and then more of the preventative and health maintenance.
Sure.
The in between stuff is usually it's really not essential all the time. Like that's the stuff. It's like, man, do I get this plan that covers all this, and then I have this high premium just in case I have a procedure XYZ.
Sure.
And then you go in, and then you end up. You have this deductible, you know, so it's like 70 to 80% of folks, they don't meet their deductibles year by year. So essentially they're paying out of pocket for all their services anyways.
Right.
They're just don't have a clear expectation of what that cost is going to be. Dang. Because when you go in and you have a procedure, let's say you have outpatient surgery, something simple, you just go in one day, you're out the next day. You don't know technically what that's going to be a lot of times.
It can be insane, right?
Yeah. You submit that to the insurance. Insurance comes back and says, this is our rate, but hey, you got a $5,000 deductible, so it's on you. With health share, it works a little different. So you go in and you get a clear expectation because technically you don't have insurance, and you go in and you negotiate the cost. So you go in and say, this is the procedure we have, and then we negotiate that down according to CMS standards, and they pull it down sometimes as low as the Medicare allowable. Okay. And those are those guidelines that they would, if you had Medicare says we're going to pay this. Got you. You 9 times out of 10, that's what you can negotiate. Sometimes even further, with in-house programs through the facility, you can get up to 60 to 75% off a procedure. And it's usually upfront, straightforward. You know what you're going to pay before you get into it.
So this is the new thing?
So this is health share. So this is something we're breaking off into. And that health share program will just go in and share the costs with you. So you might be responsible for a certain amount that you know clear and upfront, and then everything beyond that, it gets paid. So it's kind of works in the reverse of like an insurance where you have to pay your deductible first, and then they'll start to pay. You automatically have a share in that cost right off the bat, up front. And then it also has benefits for your health management. So when you need the telehealth, so you get free telehealth, and you get the online doctor visit, because that's what everybody does now is telehealth. There's no sense in driving down just to get some sort of check, or you got the sniffles or something. Sure. So a lot of people are using telehealth. So this is something we're trying to break into to offer that alternative to the ACA.
Yeah, I need to talk to you about that.
If and when disruptions happen. Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's a great program. We got to meet with a doctor, and that set a lot of this up, and it's affordable and it's flexible. It actually puts just the power back into your hands. You know, that you get to do and make your own healthcare decisions. And it's all straightforward cost, and you get to control it all instead of, kind of just
like what's like average monthly rate, or is that
For a single person? I mean, you have two different versions of it. Right now, what we're working with is more like a simple membership where it offers that telehealth and the doctor's visits and things like that. I mean, that can run from $50 a month, and then you have comprehensive. This is where we break off into the extreme cost sharing when it comes to surgeries and accidents and hospitalizations, and that could be anywhere from 150 to 250, depending on how much coverage you want. It's highly customizable depending on what you want.
Dude, that's crazy.
It could be done in a group setting too.
Yeah.
So it could be done for small employers that really can't afford to break into a full comprehensive health plan. And they still can offer something for their employees that offers more of that maintenance, because a lot of times, you know, we get sick because we put stuff off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we were just going in and having that annual deal done and maybe some labs once a year, whatever, we can catch a lot of these things beforehand.
Man.
And then when we just get those chronic illnesses, you know, every year, the flu or whatever pops up, you just jump on your phone or your computer and talk to your doc and get it taken care of really easy from the comfort of your home.
Dude.
Straightforward pricing, not dealing with the insurance.
Man, that sounds amazing. Like that's super exciting. That's the
is,
whole
man.
thing we're doing here, like stuff that's working, like, you know, giving people the power back. I mean, dude, that's freaking amazing.
I'm excited about it because I've always loved health share. You know, I mean, when I first came to Tennessee, I utilized Christian Health Ministries. I was our go-to, and it had a lot to do with funding organizations that I might not align with, you know, and procedures that are covered and all these things. You're participating in an organization that might be doing stuff you don't agree with.
Sure.
And the health sharing ministries, they're a great option for folks like that, you know, believers who don't want to fund organizations that are doing things that we don't like.
Amen.
So it's a great alternative.
Dang,
and
that's cool.
And I enjoy being able to actually participate on a higher level when it comes to the education to it and connecting people and building these things rather than just being a member myself.
Man, that's amazing. That gives me hope. Like, amen. Like that's yeah. I've heard a little bit about that over the years, and my mom was like big into it for a little bit and was like really pushing us to do that. And I just had my stuff and just been, you know, whatever that whatever comes out of my bank account every month, and I'm just like, that sucks, but whatever.
Yeah.
But man, I really need to talk to you about that. We'll talk about that off air.
Definitely.
But man, I definitely need to look into that, because I'm kind of over the just not knowing what I have, and it's always different every time I go in. And you know, if I do go in, which is rare, you know, and I do need the yearly checkups that honestly I haven't done in a while. So man, I need to get with you on that for sure. That sounds, man, that's how it should be, right?
It should be, you know. I mean, you know, we've been doing healthcare for a long time, this insurance, and you know, there could be good things, bad things that come from the HCA stuff. I mean, if we have people kind of spreading and coming out of the ACA and kind of flooding into they're going to go into these other markets. I mean, a lot of the reason why the insurance carriers and why a lot of brokers, they don't offer the private, you know, just straight with the carrier, whether it be the farm bureaus or this or that, or all that stuff, is because the premiums got so high. It's supply and demand. You know, if everybody's going into the ACA for tax credits and XY, you know, this and that, you know, then obviously rates are going to increase.
Sure.
So rates will increase in the ACA. There will be limited availability to the tax credits. People may have to shift around, but I think it might even out the market eventually. Maybe we'll have more alternatives that are affordable, but it's still going to be the same system. You know, it's going to be the same system, the same insurance plan, the deductibles, the out-of-pockets, and all that stuff. What I love about the health share is that it's innovative.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2025. We got AI. We got all this cool stuff. And why not bring that to the healthcare industry, you know? Everybody's in front of their screens anyways. We do everything online and electronically. So to be able to put that power into your hands in healthcare, where you can jump on and you can schedule your stuff and have things done online. So one cool thing about this ministry, this membership, it's really like a community. So not only are you a member of a community where you could actually, advocate for each other, pray for each other, XYZ, you have that community of people, but there's innovation. So one of the cool innovations that I like comes with the vision benefits.
Oh,
So they brought some AI into the vision benefits. So again, it's memberships, not insurance. What they do is just give you a flat upfront rate, and they tell you this is what you can do, this is how you do it. So you could jump online, and so you're still going to go. You could go to your Costco, whatever, get your prescription, but then you jump online, and your membership allows you access to this AI, where you get in front of the screen, and it like takes you and it measures your head, and it tells you exactly the type of frames that fit your profile.
sure.
Everything. So it comes with all the anti-glare, the blue lights, all that stuff, all included, just a flat rate, $85. You get your glasses just on your doorstep,
Dude,
shaped right to your
I need
your own
that.
skull.
I need that yesterday.
So that's a cool little innovative process. And then when it comes to all your preventative health, it can be done online. If you don't have to wait for your doctor to put in an order for your labs, and then you go down to the place that he told you with the piece of paper he handed you,
Sure.
and then wait for him to get the results. And,
Right.
so it's all right there at your fingertips. You just jump online, you could order your things, and it's all at a straightforward discounted rate, because again, we're not trying to tailor everything to their system of the insurance and submit and their rates and all that stuff. It's just like, boom, this is your rate. This is what you pay up front. You got some annual labs, $12. Boom, you go and you get it's all on you.
Dude,
you get
that's
your stuff
sick.
right in front of your face, and then you can jump online and have a doctor explain it to you, all included in the membership, from your home in front of your
Dude, that's
computer
crazy.
screen. It's really cool.
That's amazing.
We're breaking off into trying to innovate that into the group setting as well, when it comes to our small businesses. So there are some tax savings when it comes to that, when it comes to the small businesses, where we have more of a wellness tailored management system for employees, where they can go in and manage their wellness. Because again, it's like when you're an employee, when you're doing things, a lot of times we get injured, we get critically ill because we're just not keeping up on our wellness. So we can implement that in a group setting and have a company have a whole wellness program, and they get tax savings. And a lot of times the tax savings outweigh even the cost of the whole system, and they end up actually coming out ahead in the long run.
Nice.
And employees the same way when it comes to tax savings on their paycheck. So I've seen some of the things where there's some scenarios of showing pay stubs, hypothetical stuff, with the tax savings, and it actually can put money in people's pocket and actually provide that wellness program to make sure they're healthier.
Dude, how it should be. Let's go, man.
It's about time. It's
Right?
2025.
I know, it's 2025. Amen. So how can people do that? Like, what's the process?
It's pretty straightforward.
Get with you and
Get
walk
with
them
me.
through
I
it?
mean, again, a lot of it is tailored to folks being able to take power in their own hands. So there are some self-service portals. So on my website, we have a whole page set up for that system. You could go in and you can look at it. You can change things around.
Yeah.
Add your family. Add dental, add vision, add the different things to it, and then has a number right there. You can just reach out to me if you have any questions about it. We can go over it. I can show you how it works, explain everything. But it's simple. I already got it all set up on the page, on the Google. All that stuff is linked to it. So. It's really easy.
So just go to Prestige BNI, or what is it? B and I, right?
B and I, Bandy, you can say
Bandy. Yeah, there you go. Prestige Bandy.
And we're I don't know, I want to say we're probably we're quite a few states now.
Nice.
So and then again, this is not an insurance product, so this could be offered all throughout the United States.
Wow.
So it doesn't have to be register with the commissioner, because it is really it's not insurance. It's not doing it the traditional way. So we can offer this to anybody, anywhere, at any time. So one good thing about this too is some of the stuff that's happening with the ACA is a lot of the folks that qualified for it when it comes to status are not going to be able to. But this could be something that even if you have a family member that's coming from out of country to stay with you, going to be here for a while, they could actually get into this membership program and utilize its benefits
Nice.
without any type of verification on immigration status or anything.
Oh, wow.
So it's because again, it's a membership that is offering discounts and straightforward costs, putting that power back in your hands.
Dude.
So there's not a lot of those guidelines that insurance has to have because it's not insurance.
Man, I'm in. Sign me up. Because, yeah, I'm going to have to get with you, bro. That's super, super exciting.
Yeah.
Man, I had no idea. Because, like, all you hear is all the bad. There's so much, like you said, it's both extremes, both sides yelling at each other over how nothing's working. And then someone comes in and provides a solution. And and even with it being faith-based too, man, like that's just icing on the cake, man. That's amazing. And you don't hear about this.
No.
This is important, people. This is why we do this.
Yes, sir.
That's amazing, man. That's so awesome. That made my day, dude. Like I really we might need to wrap this up so I can just go ahead and do that. Like I'm ready because I think I honestly we'll talk off air, but man, like I got hacked really bad and like I'm still like trying to get everything back on track and it's man, like it's the first time I've changed my bank account in probably like 15 years or something and just like had to because I got bad, man. Super, like I'm still pretty salty about it, but and that's another PSA, man. Be super careful out there. These scammers are crazy, man. Like it was it looked like a notice from my bank and they called me right away and was like, "This is the bank. Did you do these charges?" I'm like, "No." And they I thought I was talking to Regions Bank and it was some scammers, man. It was insane. But so be careful out there, y'all. And get with Jessy on this, man. This sounds like an absolute game changer. Like this is what's going right. I mean, that's what we do this for, man. So appreciate you. What else are you excited about, man? You got anything else?
Yeah, I mean, personal life. I mean, my youngest daughter just turned 18. I feel really old. She's
happy birthday! Congratulations.
Yeah, she's the youngest girl, already grown up. She's put in some job applications last night. She's ready to go and rock and roll. And
hell yeah,
she was doing. I'm probably gonna get her license.
Yeah, man.
So I don't know. She's one of those people pleasers, you know. So you don't know. It's like. You really want this, or you just try?
Oh, sure, sure.
So she would be great at it.
That's
so
exciting, man.
I need some service agents, and so I'm looking for agents. People who want to transition. If you're already licensed into a business that really cares for folks and for their agents as well. I mean, we offer a lot of things that other companies don't.
That's amazing, man.
And so I'm looking for that, and I think. My goal for my business, I always joke, it's like when you go to the Latino side of the city and you walk into one of those little like insurance offices and you go in and it's like they do your taxes, they do your car insurance, your life insurance, your health insurance, they send money, you do everything, get your notarized.
Yeah.
So I want something like that. I want my office to be just like a one-stop shop because. When you deal with people and you build those relationships, they're always asking you anyways, hey, what about this? What about that? And I just want to be able to do it all for them.
Dude, that's awesome.
And then have different people and better than my family. I mean, it's all for them anyways.
Sure.
Even if it's just a little aspect to get them involved in. So when dad's not here no more, they know what's up and
that's amazing.
They can keep it rolling. So that's one thing that's exciting is just looking down the road at where everything's heading. It's really exciting.
That's amazing, man. Congratulations.
So I just love it. It's a way to serve the community.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, I didn't think I would always be, passionate about insurance and stuff, but I think it's just about helping people and take, like whether there's disruptions coming up and the ACA, this or that, it's just always been able to kind of roll with the punches and figure out. So no matter what happens, if it changes, it doesn't change, there's gonna be gaps that people they gotta be informed about. They have to have somebody on their side to kind of navigate the changes, and that's what I really take pride in is learning something that may be complicated for certain people and be able to simplify it and get them the best deal for themselves, for their family to maintain. I mean, because a lot of people the most precious thing for any of us is our family.
Yeah,
what's going to happen if something happens to me? Is my family going to be okay? And to be able to walk somebody through that and make them feel like, wow, like worst case scenario, I feel good and my family's going to be okay. Best case scenario, I'm not draining the bank.
Sure. Man, amen to that, brother. I love your passion for what you do, man. I've said that since day one, like, because as someone I just put my head in the sand with most of this stuff and just bite the bullet. And I know I got something, and I've had those catastrophic things that I just kind of dealt with. Still issues with that. I don't know. It's been 5 years now, and whatever. It was like $23,000. I'm like, okay. Well, I don't have that. Like, I'm a small business. It's a global pandemic. I know there's going to be some type of relief or something, and insurance covered some of it, and still just like kind of just a little check comes out here and there, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's an insane world out there, and for someone like you to really take it by the horns and be like, man, I can navigate this, and I care about the people I'm serving, man. Like, I think it's such a testimony for who you are as a person and just like why you do what you do. It's inspiring, man. Like, I think I say that every time we record. Like, it just inspires me, man. Like, so salute to you, and pulling for you we got some tests coming up, so prayers up for that. Your daughter possibly getting involved. That's amazing. The family, the legacy, the whole aspect of everything, man. That made my day today, man. This was a great session, and I'm super pumped for you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Well, we'll wrap this one up. As always, if you need anything in the health insurance space, and soon to be pretty much anything in the insurance space at all, hit my guy Jessy up. Go ahead and plug away one more time where people can find you.
That's at www.prestigebandy.com.
Okay.
I'm trying to get the Google thing going so where I pop up it's easier, but if you just put Jessy and Prestige, usually will come up if you're in Murfreesboro anyways on Google.
Nice. There you go. We'll have the links and Google profile and all that in the notes. But appreciate you, man. Thank you for your continued support of STP and the 1200 Club. It means so much to have folks like you put your name on what we're doing and taking advantage of the 1200 Club. This is what it's about. God, this is such a validating session, man. Like, just something that sound like I can't get over it. I'm just so used to just health insurance is broken. There's nothing we can do. Everybody's fighting about everything. And now we got, some innovation, some people coming into the fold that are like, this doesn't have to be that complicated. Like, we can actually do it right and not have these companies just, doing what they've done for so long. So anyway, we'll wrap this one up, man. Thank you for everything, Jessy. I truly appreciate you. About to get with you on this now if you have time, and I'll do a little follow-up testimony here in a few minutes potentially. But thank you again for everything. We'll wrap this one up.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, man.